What is going up? What is going on? What is going on? It is the 28th of October, and we're getting to the end where things are about to change up for the corporate toolbox. So, I was thinking today, I had a lot of thoughts today. I was just thinking that I haven't really revealed exactly, what's going on. So my hustling's been a little sloppy. But I've got a few questions about the strategic holding company, which is the former art of holding, which is much better. Because see, the strategic holding company is done. Let me make sure y'all can see all that. So essentially, when you sign up for the corporate toolbox, you will review this, and it's going to take you a minute before you start your holding company, because there's some good stuff in there. All right. So that's already done. Now, let me go ahead and let you know why I actually made some changes with this. Because I had a lot of people who were interested, but they didn't really understand what was going on. So one of the things I need to do is to go back and let me show you how we're really cooking with gas. Let's get into that. All right. So this is like I said, the strategic holding company, which I may change the name of that to the Art of Holding Part 2, so people are familiar with that. This is where we're doing new stuff, because essentially I've added a new course, because this was something else, like how to talk to your CPA. And the webinar tomorrow night is going to get pushed back, so I'm going to let y'all know that already. But starting your first business, launching a holding company. See, there's a lot here. And this right here, these two sections right here are worth the money of the course, because they teach you how to start a business. This is where it starts. And it's going to have some more sections in November and December. That's why there will not be a Black Friday sale or a Christmas special. There ain't going to be any of that. Because essentially what I'm doing is adding more and more and more, and I'm going to make it more expensive. I'm going to make it more valuable. So this is one of the things that's going on with the corporate toolbox. The link is below. The price is going up because I'm putting my foot in it. Like this whole section right here, this is stuff I do right now. I'm telling you what I do to make money. And like the training I put in tonight, like this training was yesterday, this is tonight, and there will be more training as we'll go forward, because I want you guys to be successful. I want you guys to win. I want you guys to be able to do the things that you need to do. Let's see. Let's go right here. We got people up in the house. I'm still getting used to the StreamYard. What's up? What's going on? Because we're about to get into it. That's funny. What's going on? Let me just go through this real quick, because what's up? What is going on? That's funny. Oh yeah, I'm doing the different representation over here. These shades came from Korea. I went to a website and I was looking for them, All right, Muhammad. See, that's what I'm talking about. Hustles Come Funny. Thank you for the money management course. Thanks to you, I was able to cover the cost of my unforeseen car floor repairs for my short-term emergency fund. See, the short-term emergency fund protects your long-term emergency fund, so you don't chip away at it. Good deal, my man. Good deal. Telling Stewart, thanks for the $5 super chat. So let's get into the whole thing of the corporate warrior. What is a corporate warrior? Let's go ahead and talk about war. What happens in war? Things are killed. People are killed. So a corporate warrior who's waging war is killing stuff. He's killing it. It's one of the things that people should be aware of is right now there are many battles that are being fought. And right now, many people are not aware or not cognizant of the battles that are being fought right now. Because to start a new business, you're waging war. You got, because see, this is one of the things, like I'm putting this out in the corporate training. You got to do some stuff. You got to pull up your sword, chop off some heads. You gotta make some things happen. You gotta do some things. You gotta make things work. And I kind of figured that this live stream would not get as many views as me talking junk and talking smack. But that's cool because the people who need to be here, the people who will need to see it, they will see it. Because one of the things that is happening is, let's look at this stimulus check thing, right? There was supposed to be a stimulus check months ago, a second stimulus check, right? And these jokers in Washington are playing around and toying with people's emotions. There may not be a second stimulus package until after the election. And many people are, because, I watch these videos, they do the stimulus checks, and many people are upset. Many people want that money. Many people are ready to go to war for their stimulus check. They're ready to go to war. But let's just talk about what happened to me, because this is one of the ways that I'm building out the corporate toolbox. Pretty much, sir, carpe diem. That is true. So let's go ahead and talk about the process. I got a lot of people who signed up for the corporate toolbox. I appreciate each and every one of you. And our collective agenda is to become corporate citizens. Now, one of the reasons that I decided to do this is my life. My life is pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. And how did I get here? The first thing was I regurgitated all of the crap that I was fed as a child. Oh, that's cool. And I also have to go back and look at my upbringing. I was surrounded by entrepreneurs. When I look back and I look at today, it was like I was put on this path even before I knew it. And one of the things that I want you guys to understand is the bad times are coming. Like 2021 is going to be a rough year for people without money, people without businesses, people who are not putting themselves in position to get cash flow. They're going to be in trouble. They're going to be in a lot of trouble. Thank you, Mr. Norris. So one of the first principles is we got to go to work. And this is something that's going to be a reoccurring theme in the corporate toolbox. You gotta work. You gotta work. And that video I talked about stunting, it was really problematic for me because there are so many people out there who are stunting with fancy cars, rented mansions, and they're never telling you exactly how to start a business. In the corporate toolbox, I tell you the stages that you go through because there's a lot of strategy work that you've got to do before you start your business that no one talks about. No one ever talks about this stuff. And this is the critical, important stuff for your business. The planning, the strategy. Like, I'll give you an example. Because I run a lot of little tests, right? And one of the tests that I was running was I was using paid traffic, but I was using my YouTube channel to get leads. And let me actually go in here real quick and see how many leads I got today. Because I'm not even really pushing this. And I'm going to break down exactly what I do to make money and how I make money. So let me go in here and just see. 1, 2, 3. Only got 3 so far today. But yesterday I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these are free leads. And I was spending like about $100 on the paid advertising, and it wasn't really targeted. And my leads was costing me like $5 per lead. So $100 is 20 leads. And what would happen was they would hop off of the email list like the first email. So I was burning through a lot of money. So real leads were running me about 10, 15, $20 a lead. And I didn't like that. So these leads that I'm getting are like free. They're 100% free. So it's less of them, but they don't hop off the list. I use Thinkific. Pretty much. Because let's go ahead and talk about the future. Like, you are where you are right now, right? This is your present reality. This is your life right now. I want you to think about 3 years in the future. If your health maintains, you live long enough, these 3 years are going to come and go. I have a question for you. What are you doing right now to prepare for those next 3 years? Because see, I've been saying this for the longest. You're looking at a 2 to 3 year journey to get your business, get it humping, get it rolling, get it nice and clean and sexy and making money. In that 2 to 3 year journey, because this is how I'm selling the corporate toolbox. I'm not selling you like next week you're going to be making $15,000 a month working 4 hours a week. I have not taken those courses, so I'm not going to talk about them. I'm just going to I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to say that if they work, they're not going to work that long. They're not going to work that long. Not at all. We're not even getting into that 57th. Cuban Zona. Like, I got a video that's going to be coming up on Savage Finance talking about if I had to start over. And see, here's the thing. Once you get a certain level, a body of knowledge, there is no such thing as starting over. Like, take entertainers who sing songs and they put out a record and it's hot and they're hot. That's all they know how to do is make records. They know how to produce music. And honestly, a lot of people who make the most money in the music industry are behind the mic. They're behind the artist. They're not the artist. But you got to learn how to get some money making skills. Yeah, because essentially it's going to be hard because it's supposed to be hard. I want you to understand that you were orientated, and I like to say use the word institutionalized to be a worker bee. You were institutionalized to get a job. You were institutionalized to use credit. You were institutionalized because everybody's doing it. This is why I call it the Great American Credit Indoctrination System. I mean, like, I'm part of it. I got like a ton of credit cards recently because I only used to have like 4 or 5. I'm playing the credit game, but on there's not a balance on none of those cards. I don't have a balance on anything. I don't have my wallet on me because I'm using my business card credit cards for everything. I'm not using my personal credit for nothing. Nothing. It's all business credit right now. Melissa, you just came in. I'm actually going to make this next Tuesday because I got some more stuff I need to put in there tomorrow, Friday, and the weekend. So it's going to be probably next Tuesday, and that'll be the last time that I'll move it. Because essentially, I want you to go through the training so you can have better questions. Pretty much what's better than great. Pretty much. James writes, my next rules will be market-based profiting and building a foundation for corporate growth. Because, see, you got a plan for this stuff. Like, let me go ahead and tell you how the corporate toolbox came. And it came from this channel. Whenever I would do the LLC and the holding company videos, they would do really well. Some of those videos are still getting views today, even though I did these videos years ago. So that told me that there was a audience that's out there hungry for the stuff because I had someone call me for a consultation. And once again, the consultations, I was bumping into problems. I was bumping into scheduling problems. I would call people, they weren't ready. Then they would call me at like 6 o'clock. And it was just too disruptive. So I canned the consulting program. But what I'm going to do is a group consulting program. I'm going to figure that out. Probably going to launch that in November. And if you're in the corporate toolbox, because there's two things. There's one thing that's going to happen. In this tab, the business webinars, I'm going to start doing open forums and answering business questions. So there's going to be a webinar because this happens all the time. Whenever I do a webinar, I get people who want to ask questions that have nothing to do with the training in the webinar. And I don't answer them because these webinars are recorded and make it clunky. So I'm going to add another time period where you can come in and ask any business question you want. And that's what that webinar would be based on. The corporate toolbox talks about business credit. Right now, I am running a test. I have 2 business credit cards, and I'm going to see if I can leverage them into other business credit cards once they start reporting. About the 6-month mark, so I'm going to try something. So that's included in the corporate toolbox. And let's talk about whole business credit. This is one of the issues that I'm having with Savage Finance. My best performing video is no credit check, business credit, the PayPal business loan, right? The people who are watching that video and who are coming in and if in the comments, they're fighting and they're like, well, you got to have these qualifications. And I'm like, the qualifications to get a PayPal loan are like, they're nothing. They're really nothing. And it's bringing a lot of traffic to Savage Finance, but these people are only interested in business, no credit check business loan because their credit is trash. Their credit is trash, and that's the only thing they're interested in. So I got to re-strategize because a video that I put up today talking about fire, and I'm getting ready to start talking about some investment videos. I got to change the orientation of the channel because the no credit check, business people. And also what I want to touch about with business credit. If you have a really decent FICO score, you can get a lot of business credit right now, but it's going to be with a PG. You can get that right now. But what I'm doing in the corporate toolbox is talking about how to get business credit that is strictly in the name. Because I have a Divvy credit card and I have a Wells Fargo secured credit card, and they're 100% in the business name. So we will see what happens. We will see. All right, Cuban. Absolutely. If you can stomach it, watch season. The Wire, man. The Wire was deep. The Wire was deep. Everyone loves that Wonder Woman picture. I wonder why. This is true, Terry Henry. This is 100% true. Yeah, I'm going to do some group consulting because the one-on-one, that was just problematic with the scheduling because I'm doing so many things. I'm running all these YouTube channels and I don't want to be working 7 days a week anymore. So it's not going to work. Pretty much. Pretty much. The new FICO 10 standards will not impact business credit unless, well, essentially the new FICO 10 standards, they're going to look back 24 months. So let's say you have some junk on your credit report and you manage to get it off. They're still going to be able to see that for the next 24 months. So you need to get your credit repair going real quick because if your score is below 670, it's going to screw you. If your score is above 680, it's going to reward you. My editors are working on it, so I don't really know. It's probably going to come out in November. I did not know that, Roger Marine. It makes sense because most people were self-employed. Asher, the corporate toolbox the corporate part is going to be a little different in the UK, but the business building part will apply to the UK. So it will be able to help you over there. Yeah, California is a monster, man. California is a monster with what they do with these corporations. If you're trying to avoid the PG and you want to go the slow traditional way of getting Quill, getting Staples, Uline, and Granger, and build your Paydex, and then go for. I hear that the Sam's credit card, the Sam's Club Mastercard, is pretty easy to get, so you can do that. I don't really have an opinion one way or another on credit fixers because essentially credit repair is something you can do yourself if you just sit down and really do it. But, like I said, I've have no PG corporate credit cards in the 6 months because I got the Divvy. I got both of them in September. So October, November, December, January, February, March, I'm going to call up Chase and ask them because I can't do it online because online they're going to ask for all your personal information. And I'm going to say, can I apply for a corporate credit card without giving my social? And I want to, because I already have a business credit record, and I want to use, I want to see if I can use that and see what they say. The monthly price, if the corporate toolbox is not going to change, I'm just going to extend the terms. So it's still going to be 150. It's just going to be more months added because that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to bump up the 3,500 to about probably 4,000. And because I know that I'm getting ready to put some more training in December and I'm going to bump it again. But I'm not really going to mess. I'm just going to add more and more months to the 150. Thank you. What's better than great? Congratulations, Ground Awakers. Appreciate that. So, the Divvy credit card, like if you can ground the wakers, if you can see the Divvy dashboard is super neat because because essentially you can put categories and create expense accounts. So it's just going to make your accounting for your business. So, because I use the Divvy credit card for everything, I use the Wells Fargo to buy this computer because I got, I went ahead and got this. I just wanted it. I got a new Apple iMac Pro, and that was like 12,000. I used the Wells Fargo for that, but I instantly paid it off. JD Garter, you can have an LLC. All right, here's the gist of what you want to do with business credit. First of all, you want to have a corporate address. You can go to an office building and say, hey, will you rent me a mailbox? Many of them do. Rent you a mailbox, get you a phone number that's in 411, get that, and then have your LLC, and then have your business banking account. And I'm going to tell you, many people don't like to hear this, but it helps tremendously if you have $10,000 to $50,000 in your business. That's how I got the Divvy card with a $40,000 limit. They underwrote my credit app based upon the cash that I had in the bank. And they didn't do a PG. They didn't pull my credit at all. So essentially, that's the way that you can start building business credit. I would suggest that you get a Wells Fargo secured credit card and get as much as you can, because the reason that I got it for $25,000 is, and let's go ahead and talk about credit. All right. My Chase has a $50,000 credit limit. So when I get new credit cards, it's close to that or a little bit over. All right. This is how credit cards get. They see what your highest limit is, and they try to match it, because it's like, oh, he's got 50,000, so that's what they try to give you. So I'm here to tell you that if you get the Wells Fargo, and once again, everyone can't do this, but if you can do 25,000, and when this card graduates or unsecured, it's going to unsecure. And this is what the banker at Wells Fargo told me. He said it may unsecure at more. So you want to, because let's just keep it a buck. There are many people who cannot walk in the bank. It's like, hey, here's $25,000 for the bank to hold on to for a year. And once again, I can do it, and I did it because I know, and from the old business credit world, money in the bank was part of one of your credit references. So that's one of the reasons that I'm doing this. You should have got a welcome email, because one of the things I do every time I do new training, Pildy Robinson, are you getting the new training emails? Because every time I do new training, I send an email through the system to everyone in the corporate toolbox. Are you getting those? Because it sounds like you're not, and that's a problem. So I'm going to have to work on that. Thank you, Ground Awakeners. Good deal, Jaws. Well, everyone has a different situation. My situation was I used my holding company, which I was just stacking cash in there for the real estate investments. So, I don't really know I know what they gave me. That's all I can speak to. So when they did the credit app, there was like $60,000 in there, and they gave me a $40,000 credit limit. But the LLC was 2 years old. So that may have had something to do with it. I don't fully know their underwriting guidelines. I'm not really aware of that. Well, Graham Stephan moved to, because I talked about that in the fire video today on Savage Finance. He bought a mansion. See, Graham is changing his pathologically frugal ways. Well, California, I got friends who live in California, and they're all thinking about moving. California has this great climate, but the taxes, the overcrowding, the traffic, a lot of people think about getting out there. Royston, thank you for the $15 super chat. John, if you have the ability to do it. And this is one of the reasons that I put Savage, like, okay, now be very careful with this. But if you have your long-term holding, your long-term emergency fund funded, and you have your short-term emergency fund funded, and you have your family operating account, depending upon your cash flow, you could possibly use that money to fund your credit card, because it's going to only be, because essentially I've done a lot of research in the Wells Fargo, and typically around the year mark, they'll send you an email if you've been, had good credit, stayed in their good graces, and they'll unsecure it, and you get your money back. So I would say if you have the ability to do it, because your business credit cards, because see, essentially what you're doing is priming the pump. I've got the Divvy credit card at 40, and then they report to the Small Business Credit Exchange, which reports to DNB, Experian, and Equifax. And now I have the $25,000 Wells Fargo. So I've got $65,000 in business credit right off the rift, and I'm using the Divvy card for everything. I'm using it for everything because I want to see what they're going to do once. And also the Divvy card, I'm probably going to use for my course spend. I don't know. I may use the Divvy. I don't know, Wells Fargo. I don't really know, but we're moving towards that. But with business credit, and one of the things is I'm just like, be careful with it, because like if you have a 700 FICO score, you can get all kinds of business credit card products right now if you have an EIN and an LLC. However, listen to me and listen to me carefully. Let's say you go out and get $150,000 in business credit, and then you invest that $150,000 into your business, and your business goes belly up. I'm here to tell you, the business credit card people are not like the regular credit card people. They will come after you. They will sue you. So you could be in a world of hurt by just getting business credit prematurely. Thank you, Chris. Let me see. You should have gotten an email today. You should have gotten an email every day, virtually every day this week, and every day last week. So I need to, let me look at that real quick. All right, so I'm going to have to thank you for letting me know that, because I got to email Thinkific and figure out what's going on, because I know the emails that go through Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills, people get those. So what I may start doing is just sending out a larger broadcast. Three Kings, I talk about that strategy in the corporate toolbox. 100%. Yeah, do that, because essentially I'm sending out emails virtually every day. And if you're not getting emails, that's problematic. So I will have to check into that. Yeah, but see, here's one of the problems with using a whole life insurance policy. I had a client who was using, because he has a massive insurance policy and he was borrowing against his insurance policy to fund his company, right? And he had to pay taxes on that money because the whole life loans were not like normal loans. So you got to be real careful. You can do that, but you still may have to pay taxes on the proceeds that those loan funds create. So be really, really aware of that. All right. So I'm going to have to work on that. That's funny. No one's getting emails, so I'm going to have to check it out. Yeah, you can. We will get to trust. That I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is that they report to DNB and Equifax and Experian credit portals, business credit portals. So y'all are not getting emails. Let me do something. Um, Let me run a real quick test since I have y'all on here. All right, so let me do this real quick. Mm, all right. So everyone that's in the corporate toolbox, I want you guys to let me know because I'm about to do this right now. All right. I just sent an email through the system and let me know if you guys got it. Let me know. I don't think a trust can own a policy. I don't think the trust, I have to check on that. But everyone that's in the corporate toolbox, let me know if you just got that email I just sent. Really? All right. So you got a new email. You got the text. All right, because I know I sent it. So some people got it and some people didn't get it. That's really distressing. So let me know for the folks who have not been getting emails. Let me know if you just got this email because some people have getting the emails and some people are not. So we may have to create another email list. Just let me know. And Jen, I get all my emails. Okay. You got it. All right. Got it. Just got one. All right. Yes. Cool, cool. Got the new email. All right. So what I'm going to start doing is sending those emails. Because see, with the thing, if there's a way you can filter and send emails to a certain segment, but apparently a lot of people were not getting the email. So I'm just going to send it through the larger body. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, all right, all right. Got it. Cool, cool. All right. So for the folks who haven't been getting the emails, go to your spam folder and make sure that it didn't go in there. So I'm really glad that y'all let me know that so we can do this stuff because what I may do is just take everyone who's on the corporate toolbox and put them on a separate email through MailChimp. All right, cool, cool, cool. Because essentially this is how I've been communicating, and I was completely unaware that people were not getting the emails, and that's problematic. So what I'll do, since that one seems to get to everybody, Pody, did you get that email? Let me know. Because this is what I will do going forward. And also make a note here to put everybody that's in the corporate toolbox in a I can create a MailChimp email list for that. But essentially, we're about to start cooking with gas because let me tell you, like right now, in my head, I had sketched out the marketing system, but as I started getting into it more and more and more, because the whole marketing thing is super important. All right, Pody Robinson, let me go ahead. You did not get it. All right, let me see. All right, don't y'all be spamming Pody. All right, Pody, is that the email that you're using? Well, see, I'm sending the emails through the Thinkific system. I'm not using MailChimp. Okay, that's interesting. If you're using Gmail, Gmail would put all your marketing emails in a separate folder and you may not see them. Getting clean, Howard. Getting clean. Understand, understand. So, Pody, is that your email? Go ahead and let me know. Because some people were getting the emails and some people were not, and then someone got a blank email. That's problematic. So what I'm going to do is put everybody on a MailChimp email list and see how that works. And there's going to be more emails coming from me because, like I said, the marketing section, I'm trying to get that done by the end of this month so we can get into probably either branding or creating a sales process. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to do with creating a sale process because essentially the sequencing of the course is like you do this first, you do this second, you do this third. So it makes sense. But one of the things I want you guys to understand is, I'm very, very serious about the 50,000 corporate citizens. I am very, very serious about that. And I've got like a 5-year agenda. That's funny. Oh, okay. Cool. It wasn't blank. So you got it. But there's still other people who didn't get the emails. So what I'm going to do tomorrow or later on tonight, I'm going to take everyone that's in the corporate toolbox, take your emails and put you on a Thinkific, not a Thinkific, but a MailChimp email list and see if that works. Because you should be getting, like, I've sent out, like, it's October, I probably sent out like 21 emails. And if you didn't get them, because essentially what I'm doing is to let you know when I drop new training. I've sent out emails talking about the next webinar, which will be moved to probably next Tuesday or Thursday, just depending upon, because I got to sketch out some more stuff. Because essentially, let me just go ahead and tell you the plan. Like, y'all are getting in cheap. But once I get this where I want it to be, this is going to be a $10,000 product that I'm going to push to corporations, because even if they are a seasoned corporation, they can learn some stuff from the toolbox. That's funny. Okay, you've been getting those course updates, but there's some people who haven't, and that I don't know why. So I need to kind of look about that, because I will go ahead and create that MailChimp email list, and they should get through. All right, so that's all I got for you guys tonight. Just kind of letting you know what's going on with the whole methodology about a corporate warrior and the dark side. Like, the holding company is going to help you and your wife set up your medical practices, because the stuff that's in the corporate toolbox, since you both are going to be very high income earners, will help you tremendously. Good Lord. All right. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you later.